You know what they say, you never know what you got till it's gone. I watched Jon Stewart's final episode, and I'll miss him. No doubt about it. I have been watching both The Colbert Report and The Daily Show back to back for many years. For the final show, the guest and the former correspondents coming back was pretty awesome. Gitmo was fun to see as well, since I saw him previously as well earlier in the day. Yeah, just seeing the different people, living the final episode, it all coming together was just amazing. Just it all coming together, just like thinking like, wow, this is it. It's over. It's coming to an end. It felt very emotional, basically. Jon Oliver, man, like it was awesome seeing that guy. And then like when Stephen Colbert comes on the screen, it just it just felt so like emotionally happy in a good sense, And I don't blame the crowd for erupting into a cheering applause when he comes on there. Um, when Stephen Colbert was talking to John, and he mentions to him like how what he's going to say is not scripted, and he goes off onto a speech that's not on a teleprompter. He mentions this. He says it's not scripted, and that speech, man, that was what he says in that speech was very inspirational, very inspiring, very heartwarming, and very moving emotionally, I would say. And just seeing them both together again was felt very awesome, very emotional because it's like it's been months and months now since they've, you know, since Colbert you know, was off from his show. He's starting over soon on his own late night talk show on the broadcasting network stations. But yeah, man, like it won't never be the same. My nightly routine will never be the same. Larry Wilmore, I just don't find him as funny. Basically, I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not funny at all. There are times where I've watched him and I found him to be funny. And I do have my doubts about Trevor Noah, who's the guy who's supposed to be basically replacing Jon Stewart. I have my doubts about him as well. And I'm not saying that I'm never gonna watch The Daily Show ever again because of Trevor Noah and because of Jon Stewart leaving, but I just don't see him as being as funny as Jon, and I will not watch the show with as much dedication because of it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Now they could change in the future. I could find Trevor Noah later on to be very entertaining and funny. However, as of right now, the only suitable replacement I have found in terms of Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert leaving is Jon Oliver, who was also a former correspondent for Jon Stewart, and he has his own show now on HBO. But he also posts a lot of the clips on YouTube. But I also find him to be very entertaining. I find him to be very funny. I find his writing staff, the jokes he comes up with along with his writing staff, to be very good. So I find him to be a suitable replacement in terms of my habits of watching late night talk show hosts and stuff like that. And again, I'm not saying that Trevor Noah isn't going to be funny. I do have my hopes not too high, but I do have some interest. Basically, I love the different people giving him farewell greetings. Seeing like Bill O'Reilly and the guy from CNN. Escapes my mind right now. The older guy from CNN. Wolf. Yeah. Wolf Blitzer. I think that's his name. I apologize if that's not his name. I'm pretty sure it's Wolf Blitzer though. But yeah, like multiple people just giving their farewells and everything like that. Yeah, including John McCain. How I had a little puppet of Jon Stewart. That was also pretty funny and just interesting to see. Interesting to see that. I love the Goodfellas parody they do as well. How they have John's monologue and they do a whole parody of the Goodfellas. Very long take on a steady cam, and even a cameo from Martin Scorsese himself, which is pretty awesome to see. He's like stop. He's like stop making parodies of referencing my movies or my movie. Yeah. So just seeing that reference alone made me wish that I tried getting an internship with the Daily Show and stuff like that. So Now it's over. And I wouldn't be lying if I said that I am not sad, because I do feel sad. And I felt very emotional during watching that episode. I just, I was just like, wow, this is it, man. It's over. Like, 4 or 5 years. It's just, things will be different. That's just the way. There's no other way to say it. And I'm not gonna. Obviously, the show wasn't gonna last forever, but I was just hoping it could last for many more years to come. But Jon wants to do his other thing. Stephen Colbert, is doing his own thing as well. So, yeah, that's just the way it is. Obviously, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna find anything else ever again. But it will be different. It will be different. I will find other stuff, but this part of my life, the period of watching Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert back to back, is now officially over for good, basically. And you know what? I really did enjoy that part of my life. I enjoyed watching them back to back, and then sometimes after watching the both of them, I would then go over to Adult Swim and I'd watch multiple different Adult Swim skits and shows right after watching Colbert. So, good times with that. And I enjoyed it. So, despite my sadness, I want to say thank you to Jon. Thank you for all the laughs and all the good times I've had watching you for at least 4 to 5 years. Heck, I might have even first saw you in 8th grade while on a school trip. I'm not sure about that one, though. I'm not sure if it was actually... I might have seen him. I'm not entirely certain, but from the best of my memory, I might have actually seen him. I remember seeing someone, like a late-night talk show host. I think it was Jon Stewart, though. I remember watching it, like, in the hotel room, and I remember laughing, and a bunch of my classmates were also watching. I remember a bunch of us laughing and, like, having a good time enjoying the show. So, yeah. Thank you, Jon. Thanks for all the entertainment and good times that your show has brought to me. I also want to thank your crew, for the crew of The Daily Show is what made The Daily Show, basically. Because, let's be honest here, it's not a one-man team, and Jon completely understands that. I'm not just even talking about the correspondence. I mean the people who do the editing, the camera operating, the writing, the producing, basically. Yeah, I mean it's a team effort. When you make films and you make TV shows, it's a team effort, and because of that, I realize that, and I don't want to leave out the crew as well, because the crew worked very hard as well. So thank you to the crew. Thank you to Jon Stewart. It's interesting, Jon, that you said it isn't about saying goodbye on your last episode, because for me, it is. But I also see where you're coming from, so I appreciate and respect that point of view. And I honestly like that outlook. I really do. Because, I was saying goodbye. That's what I expect. That's what I expected in my mind. I was like, oh, this is the end of the show. It's time to say goodbye. Good memories and all that. But, it was interesting seeing what you had to say and how you interpreted it differently and how you thought this isn't a goodbye, but it's like I'm going on a water break, to paraphrase you, because I did not exactly remember what you said, but it was something like that. Yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, I can't help but be a little bit choked up, but it's all good, because in the end, what matters, Jon, is what you did with your time and what your crew did with their time as well. And even though I wasn't around from the very beginning, like this writer who I read this newspaper from, who was watching the show since the early 2000s or the very late 90s. Even though I haven't been around for that long watching your show, I can still say that I appreciate the times that I was able to see you on TV. Jon Stewart, good luck with whatever you do next. I know that you said to not think of it as a goodbye, but still, the need to say goodbye, Jon. I just feel like I feel like I need to say goodbye, because, like I mentioned earlier, this is a chapter in my life that's over now. The back-to-back Jon and Colbert sessions on TV. So, yeah, man. I just want to say I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. You will be missed by many. You'll be missed by many, basically. And I bet even some of your opponents will miss you as well. Definitely, no doubt about it. In fact, now that you're gone, they'll probably appreciate you more. Who knows? We'll see. Depends on what your opponents say in the coming weeks and months and years even. And Jon Stewart, and to your crew, that's all I gotta say, man. Just thank you so much for putting so much work and effort into your craft and putting so much work and effort into the show. You know, it's not easy, and I know you loved it, and I just wish you the best of luck with whatever you're doing. Might even direct or make some films. I remember you directing and making a film. But yeah, man, good luck with what you do. Maybe you'll do some stand up or something. But no matter what you do, good luck.